You got a minute?
Oh my gosh.
Emily, it's very nice to meet you. I brought some friends with me if you don't mind.
Come on in, my house is a mess.
Congratulations, come in.
Thank you.
You are our female Grandmaster Champion 2008. What a wonderful job. Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you.
You did it. No doubt. You never doubted yourself.
Every once in a while I got touch and go with whether I would, you know, you have temptations and things, but you just stay strong, and I knew the whole time I could do it. Well, I had been through some difficult times for several years. Starting in high school, I was kind of, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and he struggled through that and eventually passed away. And shortly after his passing, my mother was diagnosed with cancer and went through several years battling ovarian cancer as well. And then my stepfather, and ultimately my stepfather and my mother both passed away within the same year. And it just kind of sent me into some really destructive behaviors as far as eating habits and not taking care of myself. And I just was getting to the point where I just wasn't happy. And I was, you know, feeling like it was just going to get worse. And I didn't want to end up like them. I really was, you know, starting to look back and wonder why this had to happen to them. And I just knew that a big part of it was because they didn't take care of themselves. They didn't eat right, they didn't exercise. My mom and stepdad were both obese when they passed away, and I just felt like I owed it to myself and to my husband and to our future kids to, you know, change for the better and to give them an example that they could be proud of. And also try to be an example to the other people in my family who can also, you know, use some help in that area, and really seeing that even something as simple as what you put in your mouth and what you decide to do with each day of your life, it is all the difference in the world in what happens. I guess for a while it was bad but not bad enough. You know, I just kept waking up each day. I was living and breathing, but I wasn't really living at some points, you know. You hear about people talking about how they just hit rock bottom, you know, and they just get to a point where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and that was me. My favorite free meal, and people will probably hate me for this, because I guess it's not even really technically a free meal, but I love Fresh Choice Salad Buffet. So I'll fill up on salad, but I just won't really count carbs and things of that nature. And then always have to throw in a dessert for good measure, of course, ice cream sundae. So I've had an insatiable sweet tooth my whole life, which was another one of my hurdles to overcome. Was I was really severely addicted to sugar for many years. And up until now, it's just been a battle constantly. But that's another thing about the program that I think makes it work so much, just physically and mentally, is knowing that you have that one day you can do whatever you want with, and I just save it for that one day. So I plan on continuing on. I'm excited now that I know I won. It's always been a dream of mine to kind of, you know, be able to work out at home, you know, in those times when you just don't feel like going to the gym or whatever. I've always wanted to have a nice big house and have my own little gym in there to work out in. And once we move into our new house, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to set up a home gym. I'm going to continue doing personal training. I might do some corporate fitness training as I'm doing now, but I've always also really wanted to kind of run my own business and things, and I think having my own gym in the house will help me to do that as well. Maybe train the neighborhood moms and such, so it's going to be exciting. It's just completely changed my life. I'd like to think that it's changed my husband's life. I'm a different person. I'm positive all the time. I wake up every day ready to conquer the world. Nothing bothers me. Traffic doesn't bother me. People in public don't bother me. I mean, I get the biggest kick out of now being able to go to work and help people all day long. It's just the best feeling in the world. I'm just like that. I know if I put pressure on myself, I just will do whatever I set my mind to. And so I knew I had to be accountable. I told everyone in my family, I told all of my friends, posted my before pictures online for the world to see, made it public. And so I knew if I didn't want people thinking of me looking at my before picture before, I had to follow it up with something a little bit better than that. I wasn't very happy back then. That picture was actually taken in a hotel room as we just moved here and didn't have any furniture. The movers were holding it hostage. So I wasn't very happy. We were eating out. I had just traveled cross country, and yeah, I was definitely out of my comfort zone at that point. I have a couple clients who are doing an actual challenge for Body for Life right now, and one of them's on week 8 now, I guess, and the other one just started a couple weeks ago. And it's really fun to actually see the same things happen in them, especially because the people who commit to doing it, you can tell right off the bat, they are so committed. With all these other diets and things that are out there, it's a whole different vibe with people who do Body for Life, you know, because they look at it as a lifestyle. It's not a diet, and it's like they're committed. The people that do it, it's because they want to change their life, not just lose 5 pounds and look great in a dress. You know, it's about really transforming your life. And so, yeah, I absolutely use it. In fact, a friend of mine who's a trainer is borrowing it, reading it right now so that he can learn more about it. And I have people just constantly texting me, emailing me, calling me, asking me about Body for Life. So I think the fact that it's so simple, and I think a lot of people out there that are doing various things are just trying to have a quick fix, and you know, they're not looking at it as a lifestyle thing. They're not looking at it, you know, they just want an instant gratification and not really looking to kind of change their inner selves as well. And if your inner self doesn't change, it's not going to be permanent. And I just feel like with Body for Life, if you actually do it from the beginning to end, you can't help but change. I mean, you always hear about, you know, that it's going to translate into other areas of your life, but I don't think I ever really understood until I did the full 12 weeks, and then all these great things started happening to me. So I think it's just, you know, the fact that it's so simple that you can do it for life, and so you can look at it as something to do for life versus just a, you know, quick fix.
Everything in your life.
If you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done. You've got to try something new, you know. Everybody has to start from somewhere. And don't feel like, you know, you're so far behind that it's not even worth trying, because, you know, whether you have 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 200 pounds to lose, everybody has to start somewhere. And just, you know, don't be afraid. There's people out there to support you. I have been absolutely overwhelmed at the Body for Life community. I mean, the connection that you feel with people who you're going to meet through this program is just insane. I mean, I feel like I know people who I've never even met face to face, like they're my best friend, you know? So there's always people there to support you and help you with questions. And well, I was looking through a box of things I had actually found that my mom had. You know, your parents keep everything when you're a kid, things that you don't even know about. And I had seen that book, you know, Moved from House to House to House. And that was in there. It was one of the things that I picked out of her things when my sisters and I went through her stuff. And it was in there. And next to it was a little book I made in kindergarten. And in the book it said, when I grow up, I want to be, and I had written an exercise lady. So I thought that was pretty powerful. It kind of made me remember what it was in life that made me happy, since I grew up doing sports and things like that when I was really young. And so, I don't know, I think it was a little more than ironic to find those two things together, and it kind of ignited a spark in me that just hasn't died since.